Hello, welcome to your favorite cooking channel. Today we're not going to be cooking. Today we're telling our story by far. We've been 6 months and counting on this journey, and it's been amazing, it's been fun, it's been inspiring. We've learned a lot all together. So we're going to tell the story of how this whole Cooking with Abba thing started. So let's bounce in. But if you've not yet subscribed, if you've not liked, if you've not shared, do well to hit the subscribe button right now and listen to the story. So let's start with the story. So this whole thing started during the COVID era, during 2019 COVID. I think in Ghana it was more serious during the 2020 around March. So schools went down, then we were home. And when I was home, you had to keep yourself busy because being under lockdown, it was trouble. So you need to keep yourself busy before you go insane. So for me, I started doing more cooking, and I used to share it on my status every day. And when I posted, I used to do pictures of the food I was doing, so how it started and all those ones, the end. Then every day people would be like, wow, Abba, send me this picture, send me the steps again, send me this meal again. So I realized that, hey, this thing is taking my data. If you have about 10 people asking you to send the videos, the pictures, the steps and all those ones, it was becoming work. The other person was like, why don't you try YouTube? If you do YouTube, it's going to be there forever. Everyone can just go there, they can just check it out, and then that is all. So I was like, hey, but YouTube is big. If you're going to do YouTube, you're going to need a lot of things, from cameras to speakers to all those things. So I wasn't too serious about it. And I didn't really see it as something I wanted to do with YouTube. I didn't take it as something serious. It was a hobby, and it was something fun just to keep me busy during the lockdown. So as time went on, and then the ban went from 1 week to 1 month to 2 months and all those ones, we realized that the thing, it was becoming more of a constant something. So a friend suggested that maybe I should take the YouTube thing serious. So I remember I took a book and I started writing my ideas about this cooking thing. And the reality is there are a lot of cooking channels on YouTube, so it needs to be something different. So what I used to do was I started with planning it in a small notebook, a blue notebook of mine, and I used to write in everything from the idea, how I wanted it to look like, what I wanted it to go in. Because for me, it wasn't the usual thing that was being there. It was not just about the food, it was more about techniques. Because I realized around here, sometimes you see nice recipes, you want to try it out, but sweetheart, the ingredient options, if you are not in the capital or if you're not by the malls or those ones, you won't have access to it. Some of them you won't get it in Ghana. So I realized that even though we would want to try stuff, most of those who YouTube for us, they are mostly in abroad. So they're not using the Kenyan ingredients we have here. And most of us, if you have margarine and you can use it for butter stuff, you can still use it. So I felt we need to get more ingredient options. The technique options were also there because there's so many ways to kill the cat. And like I always say, most of the YouTube we see are from the super chefs, the super cooks, and they have more equipment to use. But in the typical Ghanaian home, the average Ghanaian home, some of these things are not there. Not everybody has a food processor in their house, not everybody has sliders and all those ones. So there were simple things we could use which we could still get the same results. And for me, it's about having fun in the kitchen. It's about having something delightful to eat. So I realized that no, we could do something Ghanaian from Ghana with a Ghanaian twist, but then it should still come out good. We could still have fun with it, we could still enjoy it. And that was what inspired it. And I'm a very health conscious person. So for me, my ingredient options matter a lot. So I realized that no, some of the things we also eat, we don't understand it. We are what we eat. So the things you eat matters a lot, and most of us don't know the health benefits of it. So I was like, well, we could add in some health benefits. And I'm not a health practitioner, but then in my house, a lot of health folks in there. So I picked up a lot and I learned a lot from them. So that's how this whole YouTube thing started. And I go, I have big, and we're still growing, and it's been marvelous. And I think after the book stuff, I started planning out some stuff. I remember I used to do my little nephew at home and we started doing the social media handles, we started doing IG, we did the YouTube, we did the Facebook, and it wasn't that easy. I was worth it. And each day is about adding something on little by little. I remember we did the YouTube setup, we started working on the posters, the banners, and all those acts behind the graphics and things before we even started launching the things on it. And that was somewhere in December. And we started by letting some friends know. Some even pre-subscribed before we started loading content on the channel, and it was a bit of a motivation. And I think throughout the journey, like I said, I didn't really start this on my own. It was friends who encouraged me, and you can't do this life without people. There's always going to be the need for people in there. I remember for my artwork, the pictures I used for my photo shoots and all those ones, they were all by people, most of them friends and family. So you realize that it makes the journey it's not that easy, but then they are there to support and they come in. And when you're starting, sometimes if you're not investing, you either have to invest your money, your time, something is going to go in, your resources. And for me, they've gone a long way. So we worked on our banners, we worked on our social media ads and all those ones, and started shooting content. I remember the first videos we did, some of them, the angles were wrong. You shoot a whole video, you finish and realize that the YouTube format and then what you shot, it can't match, and you have to redo the whole thing again. It's frustrating. But as time goes on, your lights, you learn to work with your lights well, you learn to work with your camera well. So we shot quite a number of videos. We started with it was more of an experimental something. I remember I was telling people to anticipate till 2020, then 2021. Then we entered the year, January, and things were still not set. Internet was a problem, there was lots of activities. Then we were like, we'll start in February. First week in February, I was trying to get internet access and upload, and that day we couldn't get. So we had to start somewhere around 1st or 3rd February. But then it all started. I remember the very first video was about who we are, what we do, what we're going to look at, and all those ones. It went viral. It was good. It was a strong video, and it gave us some feedback as to what people expected. Our second video was on the Kili Willy, and that one, I think we shot the food before there was a sit down session. The people critique it and they were like, no, they don't want it that way. We should talk whilst we're doing the food, and we should slow down the video space and all those ones. So all those feedbacks came in and we kept on changing. I think it's about growth. Every video has to add on something. Every critique that comes in, be good, be bad, you need to incorporate it so that people feel, yes, you are learning and you're willing to be taught. So it's been an amazing journey by far. We've come quite a long way, from our graphics to our videos to our lighting. Yes, I remember the first video when we're done, my friends called me. They're like, oh, but you're looking so bad. Why are you wearing that dress with that wallpaper? It's not matching. Some were like, yeah, you're not wearing makeup. We're gonna do some makeup. Some were like, your eyebrows are too grown. Hey, it was serious. Some were like, oh, but you're too serious. We don't know you to be too serious like that. It's like you're too tense in the video. So lighten up. Want to see more of your teeth and all those ones. It was a bit hard because some are also asking you to be overly professional and do less hand movements and all those ones. Some are also saying that, hey, be more bubbly, smile more and all those ones. So it's been an interesting journey by far, but I think what moves us the most as a team is that we see results. We see people try them out and they realize that, yeah, it's for real. It's not like what you see is different from what you get. When you do as we do, you're going to get the same result. And it's nice when you see people are learning new dishes, you see people are trying new stuff, you see people are appreciating the essence of eating healthy meals. And on the channel, people have asked me, they're like, we don't see you use the refined salt, we don't see you use some spices, some cubes and all those ones. Yes, we do, but we use more of the natural stuff because of the stance we have. We believe in health, and yeah, so for my team and I, folks have been asking, who are your team? You're always saying my team and I. My team is very big. From my editor PY to my critiques, family and friends, to those who share, hey, it's serious. The team did. I think we'll do a special picture of every member of the team that we posted here just to say shout out to them. But it's a big team. because everything we do is not just me and probably the face you see here, but a lot of work is done by the supporting friends and family, and it's been them. If not for the team, we won't be here. So I think the journey has been worth it. We're going places and we're glad you're going with us. We're hoping to give you more realistic stuff you could do, more fun things you could do. The Ghanaian food, the foreign food, every food is food. But the most important thing is make sure it's healthy, and yes, support the family. Make sure that you get your folks to subscribe, to like, to share. Make sure your comments and critique they come in, because they make us learn more. They make us get better. So that's the journey by far. It's been interesting. There's been fun days, there's been sad days. We've cried a bit, we've laughed a bit, we've removed a bit. And those who are just downloading, thank you. Those who are liking, thank you. Those who are sharing, thank you. Those who are subscribing, hey, the hype is serious. So thank you all for the wonderful journey by far. We are glad we did it together. So we see you again. Lots of love from the team and I. Mwah.